You know, on top of all the pressures that you talked about, you
Yeah.
also, you write, produce, engineer, you do, still, I'm assuming you still do this, but you just do everything for your music, for your own music.
Yep.
And that, which is, you know, it's an incredible feat.
It's insane. It's, yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone.
I guess why, yeah, what's the, is that always been your journey from start to now? This has always been the way that you did it? Is that
nah, when I first did it, when I was first making music, I would just YouTube like Joey Badass type beat or whatever. Nas,
the type beats,
beat, all the type beats, and I was getting the same ones. It was the same like 20 or so YouTube producers.
I mean, especially back then, it was like not as saturated as
exactly,
it is now.
Exactly. It was like 2014,
now.
2015. So
yeah,
yeah, and then I started producing really out of necessity. I just started doing it just because I felt like I was like, all right, like no one's gonna give me beats.
Yeah, nothing
so
was satisfying.
let me just make shit. And then I got pretty decent at it. Nice. And yeah, mixing and all of the engineering came out of that too. So I don't know if I'm gonna always like do every single step for every single thing that I release. Like I'm so much more open to collaboration nowadays than I used to be. I'll probably still like produce and mix at least, but I think that the process of like getting like a fantastic master, that's a totally different skill set from being a fantastic producer. And that's a totally different skill set for being a fantastic,
and they often like clash
mixer. Yeah, and some stuff clashes. Yeah, it's all different, you know, trades, and I'm learning a lot more about all of them. But yeah, I think that it really birthed out of necessity. I just wanted to not like, there isn't anything that anyone can do for me that I can't do for myself. That's the way that I think about it when it comes to like making things. And if there is, then I find someone, you know, and that's why like with collaborating, I'm more open to it, but I still like have like the reason why I would want to collaborate or why I would want a feature from someone is because they would be feeling and doing something that I can't do or that I can't provide. And so it's like my way of like going like, yo, okay, all of this is dope, but like I'm essentially saying like, yo, like this person is better, and this is, you know, here you go, I'm platforming, you know, this moment for that person. Like, oh, you thought I was dope? Nah, boom, XYZ, you know. That's really what I see a feature as, you know. And vice versa. Like I'm not gonna, like if you feature me on a song, like I'm gonna stunt the fuck out. Like, you know, I wanna, you know, that's the way I think about it. Call it competitive. I don't really think of it as competitive. You just got to do your best shit. And
That's a good way to think about it. Is like if you bring somebody on, it's because they're going to, you know,
be them.
Supplement something. That they'll provide something that otherwise you wouldn't be able to achieve in quite the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you could definitely do something to this, but there's like, there are sounds that people there are sounds that people can achieve, or the sounds that people naturally have or have honed over a period of time. And it's like when you hear it, and when you hear them on the track as well, like if you're ever making something and you're just like, oh, I can hear this person on it.
Exactly.
Like,
that's the best shit. I don't like when I get a request for like featuring a song and I'm like, yo, any other rapper could have done this. Like I feel like you're, you know, like that it's my least favorite kind of thing, because I feel like you as a creator have a responsibility to like make sure that your art is as best as possible. Make sure that your ideas are done justice. So I don't want to have to like do that for you and let you know like, yo, like, you know, anyone could be on this, you know, you can't really.
Yeah, for sure. Are you,
I don't know if that's like cutthroat or whatever.
I mean, it's that's okay. Are you, before, because you said you're more open to it now, where does your hesitancy lie in terms of collaboration? And especially back then, like, I guess, were there any experiences that you had that made you kind of like, you know, not really
OD, bro.
You know, you weren't really into it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, like, is some of it about control over like the product that you have, or is it more so just like?
Yeah, I'll say I'm a control freak for sure. I there is like an aspect of it that is like, yo, I want to make sure that like, because once it's out forever. So I want to make sure that I have like total say so over all aspects of my art. But I do think that like I've had experiences where I've like written entire verses for, you know, other people where I didn't really intend to. Now I'm much more open to doing that kind of thing. But back then I was always very like, yo, like, you know, if I'm asking you for a feature, you gotta like, I want you to, you know, work as hard as I do, you know. So I think that is always, and I just got to a point where I was like, nah, like no features, no nothing. I'm gonna just me. And it, you know, that also can be bad because you want your art to reverberate in other people, and a very easy way to do that is to get other people involved in the art. So music is naturally music is naturally a collaborative social thing, you know. The conversation we're having is music, is back and forth, call and response, you know. So it's all very like inherent to being a human. And I guess like when you don't open yourself up to the possibility of like other people contributing ideas, you can, you know, you can almost ruin the work, you know. And I've experienced that too.